Nonstop News starts with a news alert. 2 Boulder police officers free on bond this evening, now facing criminal charges. They're accused of conspiring to kill this elk 2 weeks ago and then lying about it. The killing has outraged the Boulder community. 7 News reporter Russell Haythorn live in Boulder. Russell, what can you tell us?
Well, those texts, John, seem to be the undoing of the officers because according to this affidavit, the texts indicate that the officers conspired to kill the elk a full 21 hours before the elk was actually shot and killed on this street corner. In addition to that, in this affidavit, it also indicates that a necropsy on the elk shows that the elk was not damaged and not injured, which is contradictory to what the officer later reported. These are the photos that outraged a community, and now the officers who allegedly took out the beloved elk are facing criminal charges.
Both were arrested this morning, processed at the Boulder County Jail where they turned themselves in.
Boulder DA Stan Garnett says officers Sam Carter and Brent Kernow conspired to kill the elk. 7 News has uncovered text messages between the 2 officers. They begin by referring to the elk as wapiti, a Native American term for large elk. Found wapiti you up. Yep. Should I go hunting? That was early in the morning, New Year's Day. Then later that day, you should have killed it. Oh, he's dead tonight. His right side is broke off at the main beam, and he looks a little smaller. He may not be wapiti, but he's going to die.
It was an animal that we all treasured, we all enjoyed, and they seemed to think that they could just kill it for their own personal gain.
3 hours later, found him. Get him. Too many people right now. Start heading this way, 9th and Mapleton. You going to be able to butcher it, or are you going to go home sick? I can butcher. Okay, when you think you can whack it, elk down. If we find the broken part of the antler, I could fix it for a mount.
For them to come along and see that same animal that we were all in awe of and think, I'm going to get my gun and shoot him, is mind-boggling.
Effective immediately, I have placed Sam Carter and Brent Kernow on unpaid administrative leave.
Police Chief Mark Beckner says the actions of these officers have given the department a black eye, but he says
99% of our employees are absolutely professional in what they do.
Charges in this 15-page affidavit include unlawful taking of an elk, taking of an elk out of season, and a surcharge for taking a trophy elk. Also felony charges of attempting to influence a public servant and tampering with evidence. In addition to these criminal charges the officers will likely be facing, there's a separate internal investigation being conducted by the Boulder Police Department. That investigation is expected to be complete by the end of next week, and if it's determined that the officers violated internal policy, they could be terminated at that time. That's the latest from Boulder. Russell Haythorn, 7 News.
And you can read the full arrest affidavit from this case at our website. It's at thedenverchannel.com.